Huh? Who's your bitch now? Who's your daddy now? Huh? I can't do it, guys. Yo, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you seeing this title? Are you seeing what's going down right now? Who controls them all? Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? My name is Akasan, and we got some crazy shit going on right now. Crazy shit going on. I'm pretty sure this is confirmed. This is breaking news right now. I'm gonna go ahead and read this off for you guys. 21st Century Fox accept Disney's higher bid. Now, if you're not familiar, a while back, Comcast. I'm gonna kill the music a little bit. It's a little too loud for me. If you're not familiar, Comcast. You know, Comcast. They made a pretty big bid, and they were like, Disney, we see what you're doing, but we're gonna be like, brah, like that, right? So then Disney took a few steps back, and they're like, oh, here's some Disney dollars. And they were like, brah, and they put a huge bid, like unsurmountable money, dude. This shit is crazy. I'm gonna read you off what just happened, because they took it. They took it, dude. They took it. This shit is crazy, dude. All right. This is coming from Fox Business. Ironically. 21st Century Fox. And shout outs to actually Armin at Comic Book Cast too, for giving me the heads up on Twitter actually first. He retweeted it. And it's also being reported on Bloomberg as well. I think this is it, guys. This is official. Hold on. I should read this with the Infinity War. Hold on. The Infinity Gauntlet. One cannot truly acquire something without the gauntlet. This shit is crazy, dude. You only get to do this type of stream once in a while. But if you're Disney, a couple of years, every year or so. But all right, let me go ahead and read something to you guys. 21st Century Fox has accepted a new offer from Disney, which included a higher per share offer of $38 per 21st Century share versus the prior offer of $28 per share that Disney offered in December of 2017. That's right. See, I remember this offer here. And then Comcast stepped in and they were like, yeah, we're going to do it. Anyways, 21st Century Fox prefers the offer over Comcast's recent bid, stating in a press statement that the amended and restated Disney merger agreement offers a package of consideration, flexibility, and a deal certainty enhancements that is superior to the proposal made by the Comcast Corporation on June 13th, 2018. I bet you that shit is better. Under the amended and restated Disney merger agreement, Disney would acquire those businesses on basically the same terms, except that, among other things, Disney's offer allows 21st Century stockholders to elect to receive their consideration on a value equalized basis in the form of cash or stock, subject to 50-50 proration. 20th Century Fox shareholders will receive a number of Disney shares equal to $38 in value if the average Disney stock price at closing is between 93.53 and $114.32. Disney's new offer is worth 71.3 billion in cash and stock. Can you imagine just even having like 1% of that shit, dude? That's crazy. Disney is expected to pay a total of about 35.7 billion in cash and issue about 343 million new shares to 20th Century Fox shareholders, according to Reuters. Uh, 20th Century Fox's board came to the conclusion that the unsolicited proposal from Comcast couldn't reasonably be expected to result in a company's superior proposal under the Disney merger agreement. That's pretty funny. So they're just like, nah, Disney talks. Comcast talks. Disney walks. Bitches. Uh, the new agreement contains no change to the provisions about the company's directors being able to evaluate a competing proposal. Blah blah blah. Comcast they bid 65 billion in case you guys were wondering. So fucking Disney upped them by like almost $6 million, $1 billion. Six. Can you just imagine? Just being able to throw billions in the air like that. Like, all right. People playing around with billions, dude. That's crazy. Um, Robert Eager is gonna stay on as the CEO of Disney. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay, that's it, guys. I think that's pretty legit, guys. Guys, that's it. That is fucking it, dude. So, what does that mean? That means a lot of different things, guys. First and foremost, the X-Men are going to be under control of Disney. Fantastic Four. Namor, I think, maybe. I think they got Blade. Marvel got Blade back a little while ago. A few years ago, actually, or about a year ago. But more importantly, what that really means, I mean, yes, the Marvel characters are now going to be under control of Disney again. So we might, the X Men, of course, we might see them come back sooner than later. I don't know exactly how they're going to work that in yet. I think it might be at least a year or more till we can actually see something like that happen. If it happens, I'm not even too sure if they want to play around with that. And God, what does that mean for the next X-Men movie coming up? Is that the last one that's going to be under Fox, or is Fox going to still? Oof. I mean, it's going to be hard to say. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, but on top of that, outside of the comic book stuff, guys, that's going on, guys, yo, you know what that also means? Simpsons, Aliens, Predator. There's a lot of stuff that's going to Disney now. This is crazy. This is crazy. I think the New Mutants movie. There's a lot of stuff that Fox is already putting out, but I'm really wondering what's gonna happen with some of the movies that have already been put. Like in some sense, I think New Mutants may be delayed. Or they finished shooting most of it, right? I think a lot of them might just be put out, but with little to no promotion, just to get it out of there because they just don't want to be. They don't want to be associating with it at all anymore. Um, I know a lot of people are actually happy that Comcast is not buying in here. Delta Prime, you're mentioning. Comcast are ranked as one of the worst companies in the world. Good job, Disney, keeping Fox away from them. Something else to consider, guys, is that Disney is actually already starting their own, like, I don't know who I was listening to the other day, but we're in a time of business where all the businesses are getting together. I think it was actually a book that I was reading with one of my students, though, working across cultures. It's a marketing book, and they were just saying how a lot of businesses are merging together and becoming these like super businesses because that's the way that they're going to survive at this point with on demand. It could have been Armin I was listening to with on demand and Netflix, Hulu, all these places coming out. Like a lot of these studios and a lot of these companies are getting together and making these like super companies instead just to survive. And Disney is really trying to compete with Netflix in the near future. And of course, as you guys already know, there's Amazon as well. Amazon has their own sort of Prime. I don't use it, even though I'm a member, but Prime Video is something that is actually really competitive to everybody else. Uh, let's see what else you guys are talking about. Somebody said, "Don't snap your fingers." Otis would not prefer that this merger happen. Uh, you know, Spidey, Deadpool's coming. This is crazy. And I know a lot of people like Martin makes a good point. If Disney gets a hold of these, we will get a majority screwed over, just like Star Wars. Some people have a problem with Star Wars. I personally think that Star Wars uh, has gotten bigger and better than the previous. I never really was that big of a fan of Star Wars. God damn it. My Infinity Gauntlet. I wasn't really a big fan of Star Wars until the new trilogy came out. Like something about the new trilogy just felt a little bit better, a little more relatable, maybe because it was made around my time period, whereas the other ones, I wasn't even alive when those most of those movies came out, so it didn't really click with me. Though I did like Darth Maul. But anyways, let's see. I would I personally, if I were Disney, I would put New Mutants as the streaming service. Dark Phoenix, in all likelihood, they would release it. They would just make it they would put that out there in the movie theaters. X Men still has a strong enough name that people will check it out. They may not like it, but people might check it out like that. Uh, Shadow Ninja saying that Disney is the real life Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. Dude, you ain't fucking kidding, dude. I'm collecting them all. Like, that shit ain't no fucking joke, dude. Um, but as Otis is mentioning right now, it is a bigger problem. The only problem that we have is when these companies coming together, come together and buy out, is that we as consumers end up getting less options, I think, um, in some sense, because, you know, I think most consumers are a little blind to the eye anyways. Most of my students, and understandably so, most of my students still don't know that Disney owns Star Wars. Most of my students don't know that they own Marvel. It's only when I show them really close and really uh, big fine print that they say that the katakana is shown as Disney there, and that's the only thing that they know. So one of the things, to be a little concerned about is the fact that without competition, things get a little formulaic. Something to remember is that the WWE used to be so much better when the WCW was around because they had competition. But the moment the WWE bought WCW, in the first couple of years were fucking lit, dude. We had the craziest mergers. Like we had the craziest crossovers, man. I'll never forget how a lot of that was going on. How we were seeing Booker T coming over and shit. We had the invasion angle. We had shit that we never thought we would ever see. Dude, that shit was great. But then after all that was kind of said and done, it started to get a little formulaic, started to get a little stale, and then they had the brand split, which made things a little more interesting. But what made it what was a little more difficult was because they literally had to make their own type of competition, and that's exactly what we're kind of seeing. What we're going to be seeing from Disney is, and we're already kind of seeing that, like when Raw and SmackDown basically became their own brand. um, it was a little weird in the beginning, but then you see them competing with each other like that, and then they have shared pay-per-views like that. Um, but the point I'm trying to make is the fact that Disney is already having those problems. We saw how June was a big problem for, or was it June or May? Basically, June. The month of June was a big problem for uh, Disney in some form or fashion because it was Infinity War came out. Then a few weeks after that, Deadpool came out. And then, like a week after that, Solo came out. You had three of some of the most popular movies and titles all coming out in the same month. And that hurt everybody. I mean, it didn't it didn't fucking hurt Infinity War, but that shit hurt Solo. I truly believe that's the main reason. I mean, there was the other reason. There was lack of interest, but if you had put Solo in December when there was like really nothing else to compete with or whatever, or like Aquaman, I think people would have actually gone to see that movie. But I think people were just burnt out by the end of the month. I did not enjoy Deadpool 2 as much as I thought I would because it was like 2 weeks after Infinity War. So, um, you know, I think that's one of the things. But the good thing, but the good here's the one thing that could kind of be the big benefit of Disney owning all of this is that Disney now can control. It's a little scary, but Disney can control the movie schedule a little tighter now. They couldn't do anything about Deadpool, but they could have definitely done something about Star Wars. But now that there's a little bit better communication, and now if it's just one company, they can spread it out a lot more. I think that is a good point. We just need to be careful about that. It reminds me a lot of when Warner Brothers was trying to play fucking chicken with Marvel, and they were trying to release Deadpool. No, they were trying to release Batman. Remember this when Batman v Superman was gonna come out the same day as Captain America 3, and people were like, "What the fuck are you doing, Warner Brothers?" Like, come on, dude. And I remember fans thought that was gonna be the coolest day ever, dude. That would have hurt everybody. As bad as BVS was, they would have made much less money, and Captain America would have made much less money if they both came out that same weekend. Not every fucking person's a super fan. Most people would have found out the same week that movie was out. That like they would have either been like, oh, this movie comes out May 3rd. Oh, okay, and then they would have forgotten about the other movie. One of those movies were gonna both of those movies were gonna miss out because half the audience would have seen one movie and then the other half would have seen the other one. Ain't nobody has time for that. If anything, probably BVS would have hurt even more because there's more of a connection piece, so people would have seen Captain America first, and those that did see Batman v Superman would have come out, with the bad word of mouth, and then people have been like, "Damn, well, I'm glad I didn't see that movie." So I don't know. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But finally, Warner moved their shit, and that was it. A month earlier or so. All right, that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. Damn, dude, this is it. That's the big news. Disney is coming all the way. Disney is grabbing them all, man. They're taking them all. So we got, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got Marvel, Star Wars. We got Fox now. What is that? The X-Men, Fantastic Four. We got everything now. We got everything. We got Predator, Aliens. We got this. Look, the yellow one. We got Simpsons right now. God damn, we got Star Wars. We got everything, man. That shit is crazy, baby. That shit is crazy. We kind of still got Spider-Man. We got Spider-Man a little bit, man. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments, and we'll take it from there. Okay. I appreciate your time, and yeah, the fucking Disney Gauntlet is coming for DC next. You never know, guys. You never know. You never know. But nah, it's okay. AT&T actually bought Warner Brothers, so that's what it is. That's it. It's the House of Mouse versus the Blue Globe. AT&T. Take care of yourselves, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.